Welcome to the Christian and Daniel Show.
It's about to get real, well, you know the deal. You won't have to guess how either of them feel. Bringing up the things you don't think to know. Never knowing where the conversation will go. Just a little more than anything goes. It's the Christian and Daniel Show.
Jazz hands. Hello, everybody. My name is Christian, and this is
I'm Daniel
G. Garza. Say hello, Daniel.
I already said hello, Christian.
I didn't hear you, Daniel. Can you say it again?
Hi, everybody.
You sound like Bullwinkle. Hello, everybody. Hello, everybody.
Welcome, everybody. This is the Christian and Daniel Show. I'd like to welcome everybody watching us on Facebook, LinkedIn, and Twitter. If you don't mind sharing this on your page so that other folks can watch. If you're watching us on YouTube, scroll down, hit the subscribe button and the notification bell. They'll let you know every time there's a new show on the page. Remember, we got horoscopes on Monday, Christian and Daniel on Wednesdays, Card Devo or Zodiacs on Fridays, and Putting Together Conversations, put it together live stream on Saturdays. We'll be back this new year with new shows, new guests. We're taking a break over the holidays, but we'll be back. And then we got some announcements to make a little later, but welcome to the show. Michael, you caught us from the beginning. Are you off today?
Hello, Mr. Moran. Good to see you.
Are you off for the holidays already?
Yes.
Yes.
Next 2 weeks, or this week and next week.
Nice. Thank you, everybody that's watching. We got, what do we got? Oh, before we even get into it, I want to send a special happy birthday to our nephew, Albert, out there in Texas.
Happy
It is his
birthday,
birthday.
Albert.
I'm not really sure how old he is, but I'm pretty sure he's in his late 30s, I think.
You know what, late 40s? Early
No.
40s? He doesn't strike me as someone vain about age, so I'm sure he's his early to mid 30s, right?
Oh, you're quarantined at the moment. What,
Oh, that sucks. So for Christmas, you got COVID?
Well, at least this.
Oh, Michael.
Like, how much longer do you have? Yeah, how much longer do you have? Healing energy going your way. Feel better.
Absolutely. Gosh, that's horrible. For holidays, that just sucks.
I've seen several posts from several people that have posted that they're sick.
Yeah.
So for anybody who's watching who is quarantining for COVID or any other thing, positive energy going your way. We hope you feel better soon. Today is the beginning of winter solstice and also the beginning of Capricorns. Woohoo! Go Capricorns. So, and for those of you that celebrate solstice, it's usually a ritual that happens on the first day of winter. And if you don't know what to do to celebrate, this is a good day to start. It's a good season for standing out early. Well, if you're a morning person like me, go out there and see the sun rise. I'm not that early of a riser, but if you work early, take in the sunrise energy. If you're not a morning person, you can do it with candles. First thing in the morning when you wake up, light a candle, and that invites positive light into your home. It's also a time to release any negative energies, any people, places, things in your life that you no longer want. It's a time to mentally, spiritually, or physically write them down so you can let go of them. And then finally, it's also a time for food. So this was traditionally the day that people would cook all the food for the winter and everything that wouldn't perish that they could save, so that during the winter when it got really harsh, they would have all their foods ready to just like heat up, or like all the pickled stuff you could eat, whatever. So Michael says, test positive on Sunday, but my test was in line. I just took a We test 4 minutes ago and waiting for results. Oh, well, we're wishing the best for you on that one. Charlie, welcome to the show. Good to see you. And I don't forsake or show no service. Well, good. That's always a good thing.
Hi, Charlie. And that's good news, Michael. Hopefully it will come back negative so you don't have to worry about it. Ada!
Oh my God, ¿cómo estás?
Oh my Lord!
So good to see you. That's what I like about holiday shows, when people are off, they can catch up with it.
Yeah, welcome back.
Welcome to the show. Welcome to the show.
Welcome.
What else do we got? There's a lot of special nationals today.
Yeah. This is a day for a lot of things.
Number one, and we've talked about this one before, and because it's one of my morning habits. Today is National Don't Make Your Bed Day.
If I'd known it, I would have totally not done it.
Don't make your bed. So if you didn't make your bed today, you celebrated properly.
I couldn't go through a whole day without my bed being made.
We've talked about this. I can't start my day if I don't make my bed first thing. That is the first thing. And for those of you that don't know the story, I learned it. Yeah, I learned that habit in rehab. It was one of the first things you had to do in the morning before you went out for breakfast. And I never make my bed.
I can't get into my bed if it's not made. That's my only rule that my body has. I cannot get into bed and go to sleep properly if I don't make my bed. Like I'll all day, but I'll make it right before I'll make it real quick right before I get into bed and mess it up again.
Yeah, if Christian gets up and after me while he's in the bathroom, I'll go and make the bed. Even if I know that he's gonna go back to bed, like I have to make the bed. It's just I can't not make it. But I learned that in rehab. Rehab, you couldn't have breakfast unless your bed was made, and if you were just like refusing to, you wouldn't get breakfast. So your mom had a chocolate. It's the winter solstice chancla.
Yeah, like the make your bed chancla. Do not leave your bed messy because this ain't a hotel, baby. I am not your maid.
Today's also Look on the Bright Side Day.
You know, there's something annoying about that phrase.
No.
I always hear like people who should never say it saying, "Look on the bright side. Remember to look on the bright." You know what? I have unpleasant words I'd like to share with you that aren't bright. Just shut. I didn't ask for your opinion. I don't want to know. Look on the bright side. Oh, go to hell. It's like, just shut up. Because the people always say they're being fake. They're never like genuinely that happy. They're just being phonies.
But there have been times when something has happened and we have.
Well, like COVID, you and I will always say, COVID had a total silver lining for us. But we didn't wake up every day like, oh, let's have a nice day. Look on the bright side. We did say look on the bright side quite a bit during cancer treatment. And that
Thank you, Ida. Thank you.
No, you should put up what you had before.
Yeah, I had a really good day at work, even with all the problems, but I was cheerful about it. Maybe, yes, you were in the holiday mood. You were celebrating Look on the Bright Side Day.
Ugh.
Thank you, Ida, for
and Michael's not pregnant.
Michael's not pregnant. Aww. Good for you, Michael. We're proud of you.
Awesome. Okay, Karen. I know I'm being a Karen. I am.
Well, the good thing is that if you're not celebrating Look at the Bright Side Day, you're like Christian. You're celebrating Humbug Day. So you can, if you're not celebrating one, you're not wrong. You're celebrating the other day. Hello, Nancy.
Hello.
Yes. So even if you're like, I like to celebrate Look at the Bright Side Day. I'm gonna admit that I'm a little Pollyanna once in a while. It's like,
and that's the balance in our relationship, though. Daniel is much more, he always has been more on the positive side of things, and it's a rare occasion when he's not. And I've always been the counterbalance to that. I've always been much more cynical of people and their actions. So even though people don't think that, I totally am. Like, I'm the cynic, and so we balance each other out. You know, I feel we balance each other out. He reminds me, look on the bright side, and I remind him, don't believe everything you hear. Don't give a penny to everyone who asks for one.
How dare you, sir?
You know,
Glass half full. Yes, totally glass half full. I wholeheartedly believe that. I mean, obviously, do I get upset sometimes? Do I wish things would be different? Yes. Am I vocal about them? Most of the time. But in the end, I always do believe that even when things don't turn out the way that I want it, they turn out the way that they were supposed to turn out. And everything in the end will always work its way out. So for today, folks, if you didn't make your bed, you celebrated. If you are a humbug, you're celebrating. If you're looking at the bright side, guess what? You're celebrating too. Today's a big day of celebrations. But make sure that you cook your favorite meals, light a candle, and try to get rid of all the negative energy you might have with you. So I've never knew that about you, Christian, but you're a cynic. And then I said,
yes, I can be a cynic with a smile on my face.
True.
I mean, it's a blessing. I'm a combination of my different upbringings with my mom and my dad, because they were the same way. My mom was much more Daniel, and my dad was more, my dad was me, I'm more of my dad in that regard, because he was a hardcore cynic. I mean, very pessimistic and negative. And my mom was the opposite. She was always like, hey, everything's going to be okay. Everything's good. And you know what? 99% of the time, it went her way. So apparently, cynics were not the ones who were right. Thank goodness. And all the time. And it's much more often that the brighter sides are happy. I
think one of the things, and I'm going to talk about myself. One of the things that's helped me is that I've learned to adjust to the situations, whatever it is. And I think that gets confused with, I'm always looking at the bright side. It's just that I've been very resilient and resourceful growing up, that I can take almost any situation that's going in the wrong way and adjust so that it turns around. And in the end, it's like, well, there you go. Like, something happened. I think versus folks that are not easily adjustable mentally, that the bad situation gets ahead of you, that in the end, nothing turns out the way you want it. Does that make sense?
Absolutely.
So for those of you out there, what is you get what you get?
I'm sorry, I think that's a cynic. You get what you get.
Yes, Michael, if that is you, sir, are a cynic.
And it's not bad. I'm not saying it's the darkness, it's negative. It actually isn't so bad, because you're also not getting suckered by anyone anytime soon. And you learn, because, unfortunately, human beings do tend to support a cynic, the cynics, when you're like, oh, that guy's, when I watch the homeless person sitting in the middle of the highway off-ramp getting all this money, and I watch them walk over to a S-Class Mercedes, hop in and drive home. I'm like, that's where a cynic comes in handy. Because then I'm like, don't give them anything. He makes more money than me. And he's driving 500 SEL the car of me.
Well, there's a saying in Spanish, and I think I've used it here, and it's in English. El diablo es más diablo por viejo que por diablo, which translates to the devil is more of a devil because he's old, not because he's the devil. Experience. There were certain times when I'm like, well, it looks like a duck, quacks like a duck. Maybe it's a pigeon. No. There's times that you and I sit down and talk, and we're like, girl.
Oh, gee, we have plenty of chisme.
Like, girl, that.
Oh, did you?
Do I look like I have a band? I was a bandana over my. No.
Mm-mm. Did you see her walk in? Did you watch those eyes? She went.
You get your fault. Well, I mean, it's a see. Sometimes you do. Like we have. I mean,
generational thing.
We've been talking about some people that have had some conclusions, and I'm going to be very careful, but the consequences of their actions, we saw it a while back, and we were like, girl,
We knew this was coming. It was already on the calendar.
Molly, you in danger, girl. Oh yeah.
Yeah, Charlie, you're absolutely right. We are hardcore chismosas.
There's not enough spirituality to stop the chismoso from me from coming out like an exorcism. It just comes out. But it's because sometimes you're sitting there watching, you're like, you know what's about to happen. You know what's about to happen. Chisme, oh yeah, come on. There's not enough recovery to get away the chisme from a Latino. There's not enough recovery to get it away.
Yeah,
but it's only because you're like, ay, comadre.
You're like, oh my goodness, it's so going to happen. Like, this isn't going to work. This isn't going to last. And then when it happens, you're just like, oh, and somehow that kind of falls into that you get what you get too,
Prima, how you doing, Prima?
Hi, guys.
All the people that haven't joined us in a while, we're so happy to see your names pop up.
El,
did you catch the chisme part? Because we're about to get into chisme. Remember when we were at the coffee shop? Oh yeah, puro chisme. I think what you said earlier is the saying: you get what you get in life. Yeah, I mean,
I do believe
getting better. Send some good vibes. The Tia and my other cousin Myra were in a car accident a couple of months ago, and both got injured. So we're sending some good vibes. Make sure that they get better. ¿Se fue solo? I'm understanding. Checo, is Checo around there? Okay. Yes, we need to. We'll be back in the valley at some point to visit again. Yes, you're welcome.
Absolutely.
Send the back.
We're glad you're feeling better and that you're on the mend. I know it takes a long time to mend from serious accidents because it does so much to our body that doesn't show right away. And over the 6 months, a lot shows up and a lot of things happen.
Yes, definitely good vibes. What is it? Sending good vibes. Yes. Everybody's sending you good vibes out there to the family. Sorry, but why is it always in Showtime? What is it always in Showtime? It's like the bugs know that it's Showtime. Tell me about it. Before we continue, I want to showcase a couple of things that we have to show you today. First, this is not for sale. This is from Vistaprint. I'm part of their panel. I guess I'm part of a panel that reviews. I brought a review panel, that reviews products, and they sent me this T-shirt.
A Little Mexican.
I know it's kind of, you can't really see it, but it's Little Mexican Productions Inc. And just Little Mexican Productions. And they sent me this T-shirt to try out, and then I have to send in my review. But it's so nice and warm. It's so nice. So I'll probably be wearing it through the winter. And then Kristen made some do-it-yourself Christmas crafts.
Yes, my landlords are always very sweet. They've been very good to me. I've lived here 18 years, and I wouldn't have lived here 18 years if they weren't good. And they're really good to me. And they always leave me on the washer and dryer. They usually leave a little Christmas gift of some sort, just something. Say we thought of you at Christmas and Merry Christmas from Santa. Well, this year, Daniel had found these on sale, so I'm making a gift for them. And I printed up the little gift card, and it's from Santa to the Wickham family. So I'm going to leave this on the washer, whatever they leave me, if anything. If not, then I'm going to leave this on the washer for them, because I know they wash over the weekend. So his wife will find it, and hopefully they'll enjoy that. Just a little something to say I thought of them, because they always have thought of me. I mean, I don't think this would be the first year if they didn't leave something. It'd be the first year in 18 years they didn't leave something.
And it's a big light bulb, Christmas bulb. And we put, kisses, just Christmas decorated kisses inside. After I gave them to you to give away, I was like, oh, I want them for myself. Like, they are sweet, yeah.
They're very cute, and they were on sale. I mean, they were really good. It's just a little nice gesture.
Yeah. For anybody who's curious, I got them at Target at the bins in the entrance.
Yeah, they're just a big old
the big discount bins.
Bin.
So if you might still be able to find them at Target if you go to Target, and then you fill them up with whatever candy or whatever you want inside, and then they can reuse them afterwards, which is kind of cool. So anyway, just do it yourself. We got into the last part of the soccer game. For anybody who watched the soccer finals on Sunday, Argentina against France. Argentina won in
sudden death.
In sudden death, penalty shots.
It was awesome.
3-2.
Yeah,
in the penalty shots. But ultimately, it was a 3-3 tie. Did anybody watch it? Because we woke up and it was already in overtime, and then we came into the living room to watch it while we were having breakfast, and we just watched the ending of it. It was, I mean, people were commenting on Monday how exciting the whole thing was, and just what we watched was exciting. And we're not big soccer watchers, but we got into it. But you and I both played soccer when we were kids.
Yeah.
I was not a good soccer player. I was not. We went for Croatia. I think a lot of people were. A lot of people were.
Yeah.
Wanted them to have a win this year, to have something to celebrate.
Croatia.
I, of course, started rooting. I caught it at the same time in overtime, but it was so good. I want to go back and watch. Right? Because people were talking about the last 25% of the game. It's when France came in and took over. I without watching the game, I'm going to think that Argentina got cocky at the end, thinking that they had won.
Yes.
And then, how old were you when you played?
Me?
Yeah.
I played from 12 years old all the way through college.
Wow.
I didn't play a master's degree time, but I played undergraduate. So I played probably a quarter of my life was spent in the soccer field. And I always played the fullback position or defender position. Usually I could do either one, left or right.
I played 1 year.
Oh,
it was Broncos, the Broncos under 8 was my thing. I was not a very good. We did win. We won the championship though.
Under 8s is adorable because they hardly know what to do. They're just out there for mom and dad.
I had no clue.
They're so adorable.
I was so bad that I was defense, and the only reason I was defense, it was because I had no idea, and I would just kick the ball, and it would just fly to the side, and that's why they had me in the back. But yes, even us here, Ida, just the two of us here, we were just all into it, and
we really were.
The fact that we both remembered things about soccer, and we were just talking about it. I find it very interesting that Europe and South America tend to win the World Cup more. Yeah, they do.
Yeah. Yeah, it's really neat. And I did try being a goalie once. That's too much pressure. And dear Lord, that's a lot of abuse you have to suffer when you're trying to catch a ball going 90 miles per hour at your body. And all that hopping around and falling and jumping and, no, I couldn't do goalie. I tried it and I did not like it. I was happy.
You think you'd be a good goalie, Michael? Is that what you're saying?
That's a hard job. It's the hardest job on the field, in my opinion. You're also the one everyone blames if they don't win.
Yeah, because I mean, we saw the face on that goalie at the end,
And it was weird because we kept going. At the end, it was like the French goalie? It looked like he was jumping away from the ball. Like the guy would kick the ball and he would jump in the opposite direction. But I guess everything's happening so fast, he thought he was predicting where it would go. And it just looked like he was jumping away from it. And Daniel and I kept going, why is he jumping away from the ball? That's why they won. Oh, they're in town. Oh, Anthony's in-laws. Oh yeah, it's Anthony's parents or sister. Wow. Well,
yeah,
good.
they're. We want to send a heartfelt condolences to the Dorsey family. They are celebrating the life of Anthony's mom this week. So,
Yeah.
Our hearts are with you. We love you. Wishing you the best.
We
But
do.
yes, Madeline, I text me again later tonight if you need to release some energy. Remember, it's winter solstice, so this is the perfect night to release energies from people, places, and things. So text me or call me tonight if you need to talk. She texted me, and I was like, "We're on the show. Like, watch this." But what I'm trying to remember, Masi, is that the name of the player, the captain?
I remember something with an M. I just know his name's his home country. France will remember him. He might get traded in January when they do all their trading. It's the hard part, it's not the goalie's fault. Technically, as a team, and they're in soccer, it really is the team. The fullbacks have to, they're the defenders, and they're supposed to help and prevent the goalie from having to do his job all the time. So it wasn't just a failure of the goalie, but it was sudden death. So I guess it was his failure, and that kind of sucks. And I remember seeing the little guy who scored that final goal, the fourth goal, and he knew, like, I just won basically me making this goal just won the World Cup for our team. And that was just amazing. I wish they'd made him finish. I wish they had that last guy score just to see if he made it too. Yeah, Leo Messi, Argentina.
I'm looking at the goalie's name because at the end he was
in heaven.
No, but I mean the goalie for France.
Oh, he was. Yeah, that was not a good feeling.
Hugo Lloris. Goalkeeper, yeah.
Mm-hmm.
So yeah, we got to see his face at the end, and
you know what, man?
We watched the World Cup final. Yes, but we didn't watch the whole thing. We were just saying that we didn't watch the whole thing. We watched after the
last half. We watched the second.
Yeah, when they went into and right before the penalty shots, right before penalty shots.
And actually, it's kind of like because we watched it at your place, Madeline, the weekend before, days before, I kind of got into it at your place because I was watching it. I'm like, ooh, I kind of like watching this.
I'd like for y'all to know out there watching us that we are sporty gays. we do watch. We may not watch sports all year long, but we do watch the Super Bowl, and now we watch the World Cup. And there's been other things that we've watched together.
We watched the America contest.
And we watch, that's a competition. Let me tell you. Although, let me get started with that right now. LA will host the next World Cup event. Ooh, that would be fun.
Lord, that's going to be crazy.
I would get even nosebleed tickets. I would get tickets for that.
Yeah, that would be fun.
You got up at 6:30. We got up at 8, and that's when we started watching, like at 8 o'clock. So
that's why I figured we came in and read it the second half.
We came in late.
And oh my God, oh my goodness, the fouls, they were so blatant in that second half of the game. I mean, on both sides, they were just fouling the heck out of each other. And some of them, the camera caught it, but obviously the refs didn't. Some of the dirty moves that were going on.
Sporty Spice Girl. Yes, we're almost like Sporty Spice. I mean, yes, but we're sporty gays. This year, I'm really annoyed because the Miss America pageant, I had everything set up to watch it. I bought pizza. I was going to watch, and they only showed it like on their website and a couple of places, and you had to pay $32 to sign up to the website to watch it for one night. You had to like subscribe, and nobody else showed it, and I can't find it anywhere. So if anybody knows where I can find the Miss America pageant, so I can watch it. Even if I already know who won, but I like to watch it anyway. Is it Mexico goalie Memo Ochoa? He's a good sample player having a good game one day and next is struggling. Yeah. That's just how it is. But it was a good game. So, but yes, like Sporty Price. Yes, I'm a Mel B fan, but that's just me. But like Ida said, it's one of those. All those games are like universe. They just bring the whole world together for a while, and I think that's really exciting.
Oh, yeah.
Like to know that you're watching with billions of people and cheering, and like because there were reports where we're like, what the hell? I like when we watch sports together. It's all men, machos.
Nice. Give me a nacho.
As he pulls out his rainbow cup. That we were so butch.
So butch. Yeah, I was gonna say, what can I say to that? We have our Butch moments. Like every time I work on his car, I always feel like so Butch. Like add oil. I check the oil. I clean his battery terminals with all the corrosive stuff. And then I clean them and then I protect them. And I added more washer fluid. I added more, what do they call it? Whatever they call it, the coolant. I added more coolant. You know, I replaced one of his windshield washer sprayers. One got clogged up and broke.
Mas, papi, mas.
I know. It's like, I'm so butch. Like I come in, I'm all, guess what I just did?
Dale gas.
Dale. No. Dale gas.
Oh, I just lay in bed and go, O'Reilly. So Chris, this is what Christian is self-proclaimed handyman. He is good. He is good.
I'm good with cars.
He is good with cars. You guys get all your secrets.
All right. We love
all right. You. Thank you for joining us. We'll talk soon. Love you.
Ada. Thanks for coming.
But actually, I was just talking to Martha about that yesterday. I'm like, it really does feel like as a couple, it's exciting, and it's like the romantic part of our relationship for me is when you change stuff in my car, like when you fix my car or something. It's like that's how I like I know you love me.
Oh yeah,
you do that.
Replace all your windshield wipers with silicone windshield wipers so we don't have to worry about it for a year. You know, it's all good stuff. I put air scent in the car. I'm trying to find the little front protector piece because someone broke it in yours years and years ago. This little piece, it's just like a plastic piece, but it like seals the this hole that he has on the passenger side.
Speaking of I think I killed my soap dispenser. I put the wrong soap in there and it clogged and it burned. I think it burned the little machine inside.
The pump?
Yeah. I think I killed the pump. I have to order a new one. But those are expensive. They're not cheap either. That brand is not cheap.
No, it's not. That's why you don't break them.
Well, I didn't think I was going to break it, but for those of you folks who buy touchless soap dispensers, be careful the soap you put in there because it'll kill the pump.
Simple Human makes their specific soap for it, but it is pricey. So, yeah. But they say something I saw in a DIY is they say if you can't afford the Simple Human soap, which is outrageously expensive, they go add distilled water and then add a regular soap, but just make sure it's more liquidy, not gelatin. It can't be like gel because that will burn out the motor. But they go, if you add,
That's what I did, and that was my mistake. I put the gel in there.
Fill it a quarter way with distilled water or just say filtered water, and then the rest with whatever soap you're using, and make sure you shake it and mix it up. They say it should work because it will thin it out enough that the pump won't struggle with it.
Yeah,
Because
and that was my fault. I put a gel in there, and it killed it.
Yeah, it just killed it.
So, but I'm gonna buy a cheaper version now, so that I don't have to buy such expensive. Just a palm olive soap. Actually, interesting enough, that's what I have in my kitchen. It reminds me of my mom. My mom used to use palm olive soap, and I love the original, just the original. That's what I have in my kitchen right now. What else is going on? What else? We went shopping yesterday. So for those of you, you might not know about this, but there's a place in Fullerton. There is it's called, hold on a second. Just buy a spray bottle. Mine stopped working years ago. Spray bottle. Cállate. We went out to this store. Hold on. It's called Treasure Hunt Deals. And it's in Pomona. It's in Pomona. And what they do is they bring, I guess we went there on today's the last day before they bring in new stuff. But they bring in like stuff that's like didn't sell, return items for this. I was told it was Amazon stuff. I don't know if it's actually Amazon, but really good stuff to like buy if you want to resell things. All right, sweetheart, I'll talk to you later. Call me if you need anything. And
have a good visit, Madeline.
Clearance items. And, huh?
Returned items.
Yeah, and I think it's also items that don't get sold, like things that, because there was a lot of duplicates of the same thing. So I'm guessing that's like if it doesn't get sold and these folks buy them at pennies, and then they sell them. But the cool thing is that they bring new items in on Friday morning, and as the days go on, it lowers in price. So it starts like at $8 an item, and then by Wednesday it's $1 an item.
Yeah.
And we went on Tuesday, which was $2 days, and well, I got a toy for our godson. It's a little water toy for outside. No, not Ross. It's not a Ross. It's called Treasure Hunt Deals, and so I got a toy for Junior, which is one of those little hose water toys. It's a little turtle. I got a cap. I've always wanted a John Deere cap. It's not original John Deere, but it looks pretty good. And then I got some laptop, like computer typewriter mats for your hands.
Wrist guard.
Wrist, thank you. And yes, you can buy calzones, by the way, just smarty pants. They had some clothes. We didn't go through the clothes class. I did buy this gray curtain. I don't know why it got my attention. Well, maybe because I like gray. Gray's my favorite color. And I did get it. $1 yeah, that's probably what it is. It's probably the same things. But then they just, on Fridays, you go and they just fill up the bins with new stuff and you get to buy stuff. I think for people who can do garage sales, for people who can resell stuff or can do eBay, this is a great place to go because you can buy a bunch of stuff for cheap and then sell it to make a little profit. So after the holidays, we're gonna go on a Friday, even though it's $8 day. We want to go on a Friday and see what we can find. And we'll let you know. Next, I left the bag in the car, but because some of those things are going up to Christian's house. But next, when we go, we'll bring stuff. What else can I tell you about before we go into? If you are looking, I just found this out because y'all guys know I love Amazon. If you're looking for hoodies right now, Fruit of the Loom hoodies on Amazon are $15, and the nice thick ones. And I know because they just arrived today. So if you're looking for nice hoodies with zippers, because Christian likes zippers, they're on sale right now. So go on Amazon and get them. You probably won't get them for Christmas, but go get them. All right, cool. Are you ready?
Yes. Hi, everyone. My picture of the week is Reacher. It is, there's a movie called Jack Reacher, which starred Tom Cruise as Jack Reacher. And it's based on a set of novels about this ex-Army Special Forces, really tough guy who goes around, well, in the movie, I can't remember what the movie, I saw the movie, but I don't remember what the issue was, but he was solving some type of crime. And I think it was against a fellow person who was in the military with him. But the TV show is on Amazon Prime Video, and it's starring, it is starring Alan Ritchson, who is just dreamy. And Daniel and I were going to talk about hall passes. And it's just about, he's walking into this little southern place in Georgia, middle of nowhere, Georgia. And they immediately arrest him. And that's kind of how the story starts. And it's so intriguing. Besides the lead actor being like just a dream, he also it's the whole show is so well written, and it just the characters suck you in. It's so easy to relate to them, and it's very well written, and it moves at an excellent pace. I almost binged the whole thing last night, but I had to go to sleep. But it's called Reacher, and starring Alan Ritchson, and it's on Amazon Prime Video.
True. Thanks, babe. My pick of the week is, I just got this yesterday, Beauty and the Beast, a 30th celebration. It's celebrating the 30 years of Beauty and the Beast coming out. And one of the coolest things that I like about it, for those of you that like live and animation together, this is that. And the coolest thing about it, for me, one of the coolest things about it was that they bring out the original animation, and then they bring new actors to do the singing parts. And the narrator of the story is none other than Rita Moreno. So I love me some Rita Moreno. Martin Short's in it. Her, Josh Groban, who plays the Beast, and her plays Belle. Gaston is played by Joshua Henry, which I really don't know much about him. David Allen Greer is in it. There's a lot of like really cool actors that, like, once you see them, you're like, oh, I know who that is. But it's a retelling of the story in a new way. It's not the theater production. It's not just animated. It's not the new live version. It's this combination of theater and the animation together. And Beauty and the Beast, for those of you that don't know, Beauty and the Beast is one of my favorite fairy tales of all time. I've always been in love with that story. So, but if you're a fan of Beauty and the Beast, check it out. And this is the 30th anniversary. And what are y'all picks of the week? What are y'all watching that you want us to watch? I'm coming next week. I'm going to be off for the whole week. It'll be a great time to catch up on shows that we haven't finished and see stuff that we haven't wanted to see. We finally, I think we talked about it last week, didn't we? We finally watched the ending of Wednesday, which was good, which my sister Nancy watched the ending before I did. You just gave away your secret, Dan, when you said Fruit of the Yes, I am the Fruit of the Loom. Too bad Gabe isn't here, because the first time Gabe met me, he called me Fruit Loop. So he's been calling me Fruit Loop ever since. But so what are y'all watching? What do y'all recommend to watch? I know Michael Moran always has some good shows for us to watch. So yeah, so we were talking about, you started opening the conversation before we I watched the movie Fathers Do last week. I don't know which one that is.
Oh, Wednesday. I watched the movie Father Stu last week. Father Stu sounds familiar.
Oh, with Mark Wahlberg. Yes, where he's an ex-convict.
Yeah, that would be really good.
I've had it on my queue to watch. So yes, Wednesday, and already season 2 is being starting to get ready. You know, they oddly enough, for those of you that I'm board of the directors with Radiant Health Centers here in Laguna, and every year we give an award to somebody in the community that has done something amazing, and it's usually a celebrity that we bring in. Her name just popped up in our emails. They want to contact her about being a recipient for our award for next year. So, yeah, watched all of Wednesday on Netflix. Yeah, my sister loved it. So I told Nancy, if you liked Wednesday, you should watch Sabrina.
Oh yeah,
on Netflix, and it's along that line that you would really enjoy it.
Yeah,
I heard it's a business story, so
it shares in that darkness.
Yeah, so I'm hoping that she will they'll call her or find her, and she'll accept, because usually the chair of the Client Advisory Committee gets to sit at the table with our celebrities. I'll be able. Maybe she'll get up and dance, and do a little Wednesday dance.
It's so awesome. I have watched that dance over and over again because people on YouTube have just cut in just the dance scene, and it's so good.
Ooh.
Oh, and you know what? I was going to comment about the FIFA World Cup. The last essay I reviewed by a student was a scathing expose on the scandalous background of how they basically used slave labor and had very poor work conditions, like in fact deadly work conditions, for the slave labor that built that stadium in Qatar or Qatar. And the whole time we were watching it, I did not realize her argumentative essay actually got to me. Like that, when we were watching it, it was in the back of my head. I just kept hearing what I read in her essay about it. And I wish I could give her props and tell her, you actually affected someone with your essay. Like, it actually sank into my head. Like, of course I was reviewing it, so I read it quite closely. But yeah, I don't think
we might have to watch that series on Netflix.
Oh yeah.
Yes, I definitely recommend you watch Sabrina. If you liked Wednesday, you will like Sabrina. And the good thing is Sabrina, it's the whole series is out on Netflix. So you can watch from beginning to end. And the good thing about Sabrina is the episodes are like, they're 45 minutes, right? But they're quick. There's a lot going on, and
yeah, you don't get bored.
You don't get bored. What shows did you watch in the 90s? Oh my God, in the 90s. I was a big Melrose Place, 90210.
I was a huge Melrose Place, 90210.
I think those were my go-to shows at that time.
And then
they built 6 stadiums? Oh, interesting.
And then Saved by the Bell. I used to watch that too.
Yeah.
Basically the teeny bopper shows, because I was, just coming out of my teens. Yes,
I tend to watch all of the awards season because of SAG, the union, the actors union.
Yeah,
we do get to vote on the Oscars. So I get, because I'm part of the union, I get to vote, and we get the screeners. This year they're going to send digital screeners. They're not sending actual DVDs anymore.
Yeah,
everything's going to be digital, so you can download it. I mean, play it on. But I don't vote on the Golden Globes, but I do vote on the Oscars. But I do watch them all because I just like to watch, see who's going to win. 90210 was a show to watch. Like, oh yeah, definitely. If you Melrose Place and the next day talking about it.
Oh yeah.
There were other shows.
And then the Golden Girls. was the 80s, so that was the late 80s.
Yeah, I'm curious now about like, big shows.
Really terrific behind the scenes documentary on the Golden Girls, how it came to be, where the inspiration for the show came from, which was very surprising, and how they found the cast. It was a really good. It was on YouTube. I wish I could say who or what, but it was just really good. It was like kind of like a documentary reveal video on the Golden Girls.
I couldn't finish watching The Crown. I got bored. Nancy couldn't watch The Crown.
Aw. I'm so
So it
intrigued.
was in a music video, so he could be a SAG member, right?
Oh.
No, unless the video was
The last voucher he needed.
SAG. Yeah, unless it was a SAG video, then he could be eligible. But you
Well-
have to earn. You have to work so many projects, and then you have to pay to join. So, but he could. I mean, he could potentially. So here's some of the big '90s shows: Seinfeld, The Fresh Prince. Will and Grace was the '90s show. That was a good one. Family Matters. I was all about Friday. Thank God it's Friday.
I like Family Matters.
Friends, of course, Friends. The Nanny. I like The Nanny. Freaks and Geeks, which only was one season, but I liked it.
And if you look at the celebrities who are in that show, almost all of them went A-list. Like that was a crazy, crazy thing.
I don't yet. I don't have any, but we'll have to, as soon as I get the prediction list, as soon as I get the list we'll do an all Oscar show and go through the movies.
Yes. Power Rangers.
Power Rangers. Yes, he did.
The original Power Rangers.
Who else? Hanging with Mr. Cooper. Sex and the City was a '90s show.
I love Sex and the City, the original.
Have the entire series of The Nanny and Grace Under Fire. Oh, Grace Under Fire! I watched the whole series
too.
A couple of years ago. I started watching it up until the end. It's on Hulu or Netflix, one of the two. But it's a really great show, that Grace Under Fire, until the end when she started getting really heavy into drugs. What else? Full House, obviously Full House. Frasier, if you were Smarty Pants. Kenan and Kel had their own show in the '90s. Charmed.
Oh my God. I still love Charmed. They even love the new Charmed that they came out with, even though it's done now too.
If you were a kid in the '90s and I was an adult and I still liked it, all that. Blossom. I love Blossom.
I never watched it, but I love Mia. Is it Mia Bialik?
Yeah. And then Boy Meets World. I was about Boy Meets World.
I liked Boy Meets World.
Buffy the Vampire Slayer was the '90s.
I love Sarah Michelle Gellar and will always love her for that, along with the movie Clueless, which came out in the '90s too.
But Charlie, Grace Under Fire is on. I think it's on Hulu. So if you have Hulu, don't pay for it. Jerry Springer. Jerry Springer. I used to like Jerry Springer.
I can
Where
never.
are we on time? Okay, let me go through this list before we're on time. Clarissa Explains It All. I remember that show. Daria. Daria was good. If anybody watched MTV in the '90s, Daria, that was a good sarcastic show.
Oh, I love Daria. She's my
I
spirit.
didn't watch this show, but it made a lot of people famous. Dawson's Creek.
Oh, I like Dawson's Creek a little bit.
I never watched it. Sister. I always like Sister. Hey Arnold, which is also a cartoon.
Yep.
Felicity. I only watched the first season of Felicity, but a lot of famous people came out of that too.
Yeah.
Goosebumps. I used to watch Goosebumps.
I never did.
Moesha. I like Moesha. She was sassy.
Oh.
Okay, this also only lasted one season, but a lot of people came out of this. My So-Called Life in the '90s.
Oh, that was a great series.
Great series. I mean,
Actors came out of that show, and Claire Danes. That
Claire Danes?
started her whole career.
Yeah, and what's his name? Wilson.
Wilson Cruz.
Wilson Cruz.
One of my favorites.
And
He's currently in Star Trek Strange New Worlds as a gay doctor who's involved with another gay male. They're the first gay characters in a Star Trek series ever. And
Jared Leto was in there too.
I know, it's not hard to believe, seeing how Cuckoo Bird he's kind of gotten.
This one I don't remember. Mr. Show. I don't remember that show. And Party of Five. A lot of the famous faces in that.
They shot Party of Five across the street from where I lived in San Francisco.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
I like that show. Power Rangers, 90s show.
Mm-hmm.
Sabrina the Teenage Witch, talking of, but this is the TV version.
Yeah, I didn't.
I mean the pop version, I guess. Saved by the Bell.
Yep.
The Amanda Show. Back when Amanda Bynes was young, and she had her own show. Man, that girl was like fire.
She was fire one time.
The Famous Jet Jackson. I only watched a couple of those episodes, but
yeah, I never watched it. I know what.
The Secret World of Alex Mack. I never watched that show. But okay.
No,
anyway, those are some 90s shows for those of you asking about 90s. Animaniacs, yes, Animaniacs. Which the newer version of it is pretty funny. Like
yeah, yeah. I discovered Neve. Or Neve. Yeah, I think it's Neve Campbell.
But she was annoying on that show. She annoyed me on that show.
Her character was supposed to be annoying. She was
annoying. And then when Scream came out, I was like, oh, she's kind of cool.
Yeah, she's pretty cool. She's done a lot of work. She's very impressive.
But so we're down to the last 4 minutes. We want to remind y'all that where's my book? Grumpy Bunny and the Colors Game is still for sale. If you are interested in buying a copy of Grumpy Bunny and the Colors Game, we didn't get a chance to do a show before the end of the year to promote them, but $20 a copy, English or Spanish, if you want each one, $20 each. And if you send me the name of the child or the person you want it for, I will sign it. They will go on in the mail. But $20 each, just let me know where you want me to send it. Don't forget The Craft. Oh, the movie? Yeah, the movie The Craft was really good in the 90s.
Oh, yeah, that was amazing. And then also don't forget the announcement, Daniel.
Oh, yes. So we're excited to launch a new show on Little Mexican Productions, Inc., starting on January 9th. And we will be inviting people to join us as guests on the show. And our first guest on the first episode will be our friend Lee. And we are launching the show, and it's called Insightful, a movie review show. And the first movie we're going to watch on January 9th is Sordid Lives. If you don't know about Sordid Lives, it is a show about white trash in, I can forget where the city is, but one of the reasons we're picking it is because Leslie Jordan was in it, and since he passed, we're going to talk about it. Del Shores is the writer and director, and actually, I took an acting class from Del Shores when I was first starting in 2008. So every other Monday at 6 p.m. Pacific, 9 Eastern, we will have it the other way, babe. There you go. We will be on the show talking about a movie. So the first movie we're going to be talking about is Sordid Lives. So please watch it and then join us for commentary.
I understand the reason. Yes, is Sordid Lives a new movie? No, it's a very old movie. We're reviewing these movies from a rainbow perspective. We're looking at some of the subtle themes that we kind of like realize. There's so many movies that had subtle themes that we missed. Some had the blatant theme of being a gay movie, but there were subtleties underneath it. Just like Steel Magnolia was very much the same way, where there were a lot of subtle themes that you miss out on because you're so focused on the main plot. But the characters were so much deeper than that main plot lead you to believe. But anyway, yeah. It's stuff like that. So it is kind of going to be. We think it'll be an interesting twist on the review process.
So if you've watched Sorted Lives, join us on January 9th at 9 Eastern for an insightful movie review about Sorted Lives. And if anybody has, I know I have Del Shores on my friends list, but if anybody knows him personally, I got to interview him once, but please reach out to him and let him know we're going to be reviewing. And again, it's in memoriam of Leslie Jordan, who passed away recently.
Yep.
But other movies, like Christian said, other movies would be Pretty Woman, Steel Magnolias, some of the more HIV themed movies also, like
Philadelphia.
Party, It's My Party. Anyway, we're over the hour now. Comadre, we need to talk, Laura. I'll text you tomorrow so we can chat. For everybody else, thank you for joining us. It has been a great episode. Have a happy solstice evening. Make sure that you cook the food you love, light a candle, and we wish you all the best. And this is a time to release all of the negative people, places, and things in your life that no longer fit you, so that you can be brighter and lighter. Love you guys. Thank you for joining us.
Happy holidays.
Happy holidays. And we will see you next Tuesday. Bye.
Bye.